Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Once again, this is Welcome to Tar Heel by Dark. This scene picks up where Dr. Ekman has heard a scream from Annika after she's woken up from her nightmare and rushes in to find out why she is screaming. What the hell happened?
You probably don't want to know.
I'll bite. Tell me.
Well, let's just say that the fact that you're here tells me that it was just a real dream. But that being said, I dreamt that we were all. I dreamt that we had to go back to North Carolina. I was the only one left behind here, so I had to use your space warp technology to get back home. Upon getting home, I found that the prince and his child uh, had both been killed. My lighthouse had been all but destroyed. My 7 ghouls had been murdered, and you were castrated, drawn, and quartered, and put on display in the Duke University trophy cabinet, all because our friend Tyson decided that he would be a better prince.
Oh, crap. I think I know what's happened here.
Oh?
Yeah, this is a very rare phenomenon that's happened amongst that I've ever heard about, but I've heard about it, but it's never actually happened before. I think you've been actually accepting my nightmares.
Your nightmares?
Yeah, ever since I've been embraced, I've had nightmares of one description or another. I've never heard of them transferring to anyone else, but apparently this is a further. I mean, I've vaguely heard about it, but I've never actually seen them transfer to anybody else before. But I guess there's a first time for everything. It must be the blood bond.
And you didn't think to tell me that this was a thing before?
Because I didn't think it could happen. I thought it was just some nasty urban legend.
Here's the thing with our kind. There is no such thing as a nasty urban legend.
Okay, fair point. I should have probably told you.
That being said, what do we want to do about it now?
Well, we could try to reset it so this time, anytime you feel a nightmare coming on, just shunt it back to me through the blood bond.
It's not like either of us are doing this on purpose, you know.
No, I know, but I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that. Truth be told, I'm still not quite sure where to go from here on this. Maybe if you slapped me, that might shock the nightmares back into my system.
Tempting though it is.
Okay, this might be a good point to insert that predator guy or whatever that was
Yeah.
now.
It's about this time the phone in the room rings. Also, you notice that you two seem to be the only ones in the room.
Dr. Ekman tentatively walks over and puts it on speakerphone. Hello?
Dr. Ekman, Miss Bergstrom, see me on the roof immediately. This is important.
Dr. Ekman says, on our way. Turns to Annika and says, well, we may have to deal with the... if I suspect that things are going the way they are, those nightmares are the least of our worries.
That they are. At which point Annika picks her gun off the bed safety and slips into the waistband of her pants.
Dr. Ekman quickly grabs his stuff, including his cell phones, etc., and runs up to the roof.
All right. As you get up there, you notice the place looks relatively empty until you hear a voice. Halt!
Dr. Ekman stops in his tracks.
Annika also stops.
You will now be searched for weapons.
Avatar.
Both of you feel a presence approach from behind you. Not in a threatening manner, but you feel a presence approach behind you. Annika, you feel a female, what appears to be a pair of female hands, begin a pat down. As do you feel a pair of male hands begin a pat down on with you, Dr. Ekman, and any particular weaponry that you would have, in the normal places that a security would do a pat down or a pat down, i.e. Annika, if you have anything in the bra, it'll still be there. Or if there's anything close inside of the crotch, it will still be there. Mm. But you do feel the pistol that you put in your waistband is removed, and you hear it placed on the ground or on the roof, and you see it get slid between your legs across the floor in front of you. Mm. Same thing with you, Dr. Ekman. If you have any type of weaponry or whatnot on you, it also is removed and placed on the ground in front of you.
No weapons besides the bomb.
Right.
I don't very much
the detonator for which was tucked into my bra as usual, so it's not gone anywhere.
All right. This gentleman steps out of what appears to be the absolute shadow. You don't know where he came from. He just appeared out of a shadow, and he starts to speak. Dr. Ekman, Miss Bergstrom, you don't know me, but I know you. You don't need to know me. All you need to know is that I'm working with you. I'm an ally, and I'm a friend of David's. I've been on the move with you since you touched down. The gangrel that's with you needs not know of me either. His operation and mine are a little different. Your target is indeed here in Tunisia. But you're not going to find him anywhere near that dig site. You see, he raises he produces a phone from one of his pockets. And you see, he begins to type on it, or type something on it. And it's at this, Dr. Ekman, or actually both of you, if you both have a cell, both of your phones beep.
Mm-hmm. I'll check my phone.
What you find there is a text with exact geographical coordinates. If you have a smartphone, what you find is a text with a Google Maps link.
Dr. Ekman takes one look and smiles. Smiles evilly. And
I've got people on the ground already there. They've not made a move yet. The only thing we've done is watched.
Dr. Ekman smiles and says, "How much of the cavalry do you actually need?"
Are you thinking what I'm thinking you're thinking?
Yes, I am. Now that I have his exact coordinates, I know exactly how to get to him.
Just remember, neither one of us has right of amaranth.
Oh, I know.
Be careful he's not there at all times. This is where he has been residing.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Fair enough. Can we, is there a possibility that you might be able to, Dr. Ekman,
All right,
text?
guys. Apologies, guys. I'm being called away. Give me just a second.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll return back after these messages. I'll check my phone while I'm waiting.
Why is it that whenever you say we'll return back after these messages, I'm tempted to launch into a Viagra salesman role?
Okay, well, while we're waiting for Will to get back, might as well do a Viagra ad. For the hell of it.
I'm not gonna do a Viagra ad.
All right. Apologies.
It's alright.
So, Dr. Ekman says, is it possible that you guys could give us a text when at the same number when you guys next see him?
That won't be a problem.
Perfect. At this, Dr. Ekman pulls out his shortwave radio device because that's what he's going to be using for this because there's no towers in the area. And tracing to the exact Google Maps location, I'm going to roll a Wits plus Crafts roll. Goodness, I memorized the dice on this one. And that is 1, 2 successes to establish an entanglement to the area. I'm not opening a wormhole. I'm just having it ready to go at a moment's notice, and ties it directly into his smartphone.
Noted.
Yep. So it's basically kind of a. By the way, since the smartphone and the analog phone are also entangled, if need be, and we're up in an airplane somewhere, I can automatically activate. I can try to activate it from the analog phone as well. A to B, B to C. So yeah, Dr. Ekman says, I've got this thing linked up now, so if need be, we can open a path directly to the target.
You may not wish to do that, Dr. Ekman. The Tyson is not as stupid as you think he is.
Is he expecting me to come in that direction?
Perhaps. He's been putting up these towers around the area.
Towers, huh? I'm going to roll an intelligence science roll. I'm going to roll an intelligence science roll to see if I can figure out what it's... I'm going to see if he's figured out a way to circumvent the wormhole tech. One of the 10s got neutralized, but assuming standard difficulty, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
All right. What Predator starts describing sounds vaguely, well, not even vaguely, exactly like the beginnings of a Faraday cage.
Oh. The wormhole, in theory, should circumvent the Faraday cage, but if he's doing what I think he's doing, he's probably going to find a way to trap me in there if I get in. course, of course, Dr. Ekman smiles at this and goes, luckily for us, quantum entanglement doesn't work entirely on the same mechanism as classic EM fields do.
And luckily for us, I do not believe Tyson knows that.
But that still means that he's expecting one group. I've got an idea, and Dr. Ekman turns to Annika and says, "We know where he is now. What do you say we talk to Woodrow about trying to pull a tactic where we have one group go through a wormhole as a misdirection, and then the rest show up by conventional tech? Or I'm going to roll another in quantum entanglement since I happen to have the exact map location.
Yep.
I'm going to roll another. And that one is 1, 2, 3 successes. And I'm going to roll a third. These are, based on the map coordinates. I'm going to roll 3. I'm going to roll 3 around the area. Just in case. Let's see if he figures out what's going to happen. And that one is 1, 2, 3 successes at difficulty 8. So I now have 3. So I now, tied to the cell phone, I now have 3 separate locations. I have now 3 separate locations around the compound that are all ready to open as wormholes at the time being.
All right.
So coming at him from 3 different directions, so that he can't escape.
Also, those little pea shooters that you guys are packing are going to do nothing against him.
Oh, I'm figuring as much. I'm figuring. Dr.
That's the reason why these are yours. And you see the guys who patted you down, actually you see them produce a metallic case, and they hand one to each of you.
Dr. Ekman opens his case. What does he see?
A 357 Magnum fitted for wooden ammunition.
Oh, this is priceless.
Same thing in both cases?
Same thing in both cases.
Mm.
Oh, this is priceless. Oh, I'm so looking forward to getting in with this. By the way, just out of curiosity,
Annika would be drooling if she could.
Yeah.
Those do not come cheap. David wants you to know they are yours to use. But upon return to the States, both of you are to present yourself so that you may be marked for boons.
Understood.
Understood.
Dr. Ekman takes a good look at this and goes, I've got myself an idea. Annika?
Yes?
We've got 3 different direction points now. I'm thinking it's about time that we went and had a little chat with Woodrow, don't you think? We don't reveal anything, but we simply say that because of one of our sources, we've tracked where Duke Tyson is hiding, and we've got 3 different points to be able to get to him, especially plus conventional if we decide to go that route.
I like it.
Dr. Ekman smiles and says, thanks again for everything, and we'll present ourselves to DeVee when we get back stateside.
You also will find that there is a 3rd pistol in your room. That is to be given to whomever you would see fit that needs it.
Understood. Dr. Ekman chuckles, and is looking at his spins the pistol around once and puts it back in his compartment. Dr. Ekman then remembers something. Oh right, I don't think I've ever actually had any training in firearms.
Don't worry, we'll take care of that.
Predator places his hand up to the bridge of his nose as he massages. David would be the type to send me on this mission and not tell me that.
Yep, I didn't get any. Dr. Ekman smiles and pats his stomach. Not to worry, I'm sure my little extra surprise for him will have a I'm sure my little extra surprise for him will do a fair chunk of damage.
Don't worry,
Whatever
Dr.
is needed.
Ekman. You'll be shown how to use that.
I'd like to say it's as simple as point and click, but I'm sure Miss Bergstrom here can remind us all that it's not that isn't true.
Yeah.
Far from true. And if I see you spin the damn thing around when you haven't even been taught how to use it safely again, I will personally kick your ass, Dr. Ekman.
Okay, noted, noted. Dr. Ekman puts the gun back in the metal case and hands it to Annika. And
Knowing you, all you'd succeed in is shooting your own balls off.
Dr. Ekman shakes his head and pulls out his cell phone and proceeds to text Woodrow. I have information as to where Duke Tyson is. We can be ready to mobilize when you need to.
All right.
So yeah, somebody better.
That you see Predator starts stepping back as he speaks. That is all I have for you for now. Remember, we're here. We are watching.
Dr. Ekman smiles as Predator disappears into the night and goes, well, at least we've got
It's also about that time you feel a sharp blow to the side of the temple, both of you.
Right in the middle of the sentence. Oh well.
Mm-hmm. And you wake up in what feels like moments later, back in the hotel room. You remember the conversation, but you don't remember how you got back to the room.
Right. Dr. Ekman turns to Annika and says, "I think we should better go. I think we should better go talk to Woodrow."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we get a chance to talk to him. The sooner we can figure out how we're going to create the plan of attack. And with 3 separate locations, I don't think that Duke Tyson's going to know what hit him.
Speaking of what hit us, what is with certain people and their penchant for smacking people in the bloody head?
I don't know. I just take it as part of their customs.
That's funny.
And with that, I guess Dr. Ekman and Annika proceed to head out to talk to Woodrow. And with that, the scene ends. Unless there's anything else that we need to cover.
That'll be it.
Okay, scene ends.